What's up, people? We are back with more of Sound of Drop Fall into Poison. This is probably the most scary part in the game, at least it was for me when the face suddenly popped up. I actually screamed, so yeah. Now I actually remember that there was in fact a choice where you could have a bad ending, and luckily I did make the right decision, but now we are gonna have to do the bad choice. So we're gonna have the bad ending here, which is to choose to go back. I'm not sure what the hell is gonna happen. Hopefully all the floating faces aren't going to fly towards us and we get attacked by them or whatever. That would be pretty freaky, so yeah. Let's go back. At any rate, I should pull back and get into a good position. I should open and close the door numerous times in order to create a safer environment. My feet unsteady, I swiftly dodge and retrace my steps. One step at a time, feeling as if I'm walking on bubbles, I inch with certainty closer to the door. Alright. Finally, I succeed in reaching for the door. Just like this. I throw open the door right away. Huh? At that moment, I am swallowed up in the darkness. Whether it's darkness or water, at any rate, there is definitely no light. Plop. Something touches my back with a wet sensation. Before long, it spreads throughout my body. Oh, thank God it's this kind of ending rather than, I don't know, faces attacking us. What? Without thinking, I spin around. Before me are a large number of fish. Oh no, Himeno. What? Oh God. They say that fish with human faces swim about. Please don't show me one. I'm reminded of Himeno's words. That's right. Human-faced fish. Just like the faces I saw at the jellyfish booth. These are attached to the fish approaching me. I'm an idiot. If I go through the door, the time axis will change. If I do that, the way I came also changes. I have no idea whether or not I will be safe. Regardless, to avoid the immediate terror, I vigorously leap forward. The fish are biting off my clothes. They're fish. Yes, fish. No matter how much their white teeth are like humans, and no matter how much their teeth are arranged like humans, they're all fish. So it'll be fine. Before I realize it, the clothes enveloping me are disappearing. Blood leaks from the places I've been bitten by those large teeth. Look. Red water. The blood flowing from my body mixes with the red ocean. And then they become one. Me and this bright red world. No. A coward's end. I was definitely being a coward there. Alright, so that was one more bad ending to add to the collection. Now let's move on and get to skip right through this. Alright, this is where she killed Sayo. Damn that woman. Considering we tried to stop Rico in the previous one, we're gonna have to observe the situation, how awful that may be. Although we actually kinda did it in the first playthrough too. Because we pretty much just watched Sayo die, but that was the only reason because was we couldn't really do anything. No, I don't want to get pulled into this. I reconsider my situation. That girl said it strongly herself, that she wanted to be alone. Surely she would hate it if I intervened. If things escalate, it's a different story, but for now, I decide to watch over their actions. Their quarrel continues, the girl using hand gestures to get Saginuma-san's attention. And then we can skip through this. Oh my god. Above you, Mayu-chan! Huh? That voice! What breaks through my bewilderment is something reminiscent of a man's voice. Looking up, I breathe a sigh of relief at the words piercing through as I am lifted up in sync with the voice bellowing, "Let's go!" This sensation is different from floating, more like my body is being pushed up. I hear the voice from below say, "Oof," just as I'm about to hit the ceiling, and I place my hands against it. There should be a handle above you. If you pull that, a ladder will come out. Right. Kenji to the rescue. I look down to give my reply, and finally confirm the voice's owner. He's got a firm grip on the left and right side of my hips, raising me several meters in the air. Oh yeah, strong boy. It gives me the stable feeling of a father sitting a child on his shoulders, not letting me slip. Kenji-san! It's fine. Just open the door. Alright. From there you can pass through the passageway above and go to the other side of the tank. I got it. Oh my god. If you don't hurry, that girl will die. Oh, poor Sayo. We gotta save her. It's funny that the choice where you actually decide to observe the situation results into not saving her. Although I think it's more dependent on the fact that whether Kenji makes it or not, because without Kenji you can't do it. So I guess regardless of which choice you make in this situation, it really is dependent on Kenji. So in my first playthrough I then sort of, I guess, not made the right decision with Kenji, that we just left him behind while he was still crazy rather than try and bring him back to reality. Right, we gotta save Sayo. I slide my hands across the ceiling, searching for any bumps or grooves. I find something sooner than I expected and give a good pull on that bump. With a clatter, the ladder on the other side of the door swings down, and I reach for it before it drops all the way. I've got this! Alright, I'll be there in a bit. Inside the ceiling, there's a passageway. I have to crouch down to walk through. To the left and right of me are machines with meters attached. Surely they regulate the booth below. After 10 meters, I have come far enough to have passed the barrier between myself and the two girls. Still bent over, I quickly move on and push open the door at my feet. Here we go, Mayu-chan. Kick it in! The "it" Kenji-san is referring to is the metal grate serving as an exit. Twisting my body inside the narrow passageway, I kick downward with all my might as he told me to. With a loud clang, it falls to the ground inside the Fish of the World booth. What? I can immediately see Sagi no Mariko, shaken by the wire mesh that just fell. She takes a step back from the girl. I jump down, following the momentum of my kick. It's far from a clean landing, but at least I don't hurt my leg. As I straighten myself up, Kenji-san follows behind me. Oh yeah, Kenji is back, baby! As she becomes aware of a third intruder, Sagi no Mariko takes several more steps, putting distance between us. Ignoring her, I rush to the girl's side. Are you okay? The girl is lying down with her eyes closed. Having lost a great deal of blood, those blank eyes I saw from the other side of the acrylic window are now shut. I place my hand on her chest, trying to find her pulse. Can't you just do that on her wrist? Did you really have to touch her boobs, Mayumi? I know you want to. I can hear it. The sound itself seems to be very quiet. Still, within her soft breast, I knew it. The resonating vibration is definitely reaching the palm of my hand. Tch. As if in response to my voice, I can hear the girl click her tongue in annoyance. She doesn't seem to have regained consciousness yet, but there is no mistake that she is showing her emotions. You! Even though I know she's alive now, I still can't lose focus. I listen carefully to the conversation Sagi no Mariko and Kenji-san hold as they stand facing each other. Why are you here? Why are you here? Their words cut each other off, leaving only silence between the two of them. Do you know each other? Neither will answer my question. Okay, they definitely do. Oh, what? Kenji-san shoves Sagi no Mariko away, With his thick arms and large body, it takes little effort for him to throw her into the wall. Because you're here! Oh my god! Before she can straighten herself up, he grabs her by the collar and thrusts her into the wall with a great deal of force. Having slammed the back of her head against the wall, Saginu Mariko begins to bleed, leaving traces of blood on the wall that looks as if someone dripped a cloth in red paint and scrubbed the wall with it. This is quite different from how it was when Saginu Mariko was trying to kill the girl. Kenji-san, please help me! Treat this girl for now! He is most likely trying to protect us. Who knows when Saginu Mariko, who sought to kill the girl without hesitation, will target me? Honestly, I am afraid of her. I have a terrible gut feeling about her. Still, in this moment, Kenji-san seems to be acting completely out of rage. This is far more terrifying to me. Yeah, you're right, Mayu-chan. Kenji-san slowly straightens his hunched over body and turns back to me. Yes, new CG image. Although why is she bent over so, I guess sort of seductively, like take me? I don't know, that sounds really weird. Ugh. Applying pressure to her head, Saginu Mariko crawls along the floor, moving away from us. She seems to be quite shaken. I suppose that's not unreasonable. There's no way I can sympathize with her, but at the same time, I don't want it to go any further. What is that? As I watch Saginu Mariko retreat, I sense that bad feeling once more. I quickly recognize what it is. A red, no, an almost black drop of light leaks from Saginu Mariko's body. It doesn't quite act like blood. Drops are leaking from the wound on the back of her head, as well as from the skin of her on her elbows and knees, worn away from crawling on the ground. The drop of ominous light hovers before being absorbed by the aquarium. I feel as if I'm looking at something I shouldn't be, and that something that shouldn't be happening is. But it's the fact that she appears to be laughing when she leaves the room that bothers me more than anything else. I can't get distracted. Right now, I have to save this girl. Giving this thought voice returns my focus. Even though I said we have to save her, I have no idea what to do at a time like this. At any rate, we have to stop the bleeding. Kenji-san takes a facial tissue from his pocket and wipes away some of the blood. He then gently lifts her head and applies pressure to the wound with the tissue. He is pressing hard on her forehead. As the blood begins to dry, the original color is indistinguishable as it has become completely red. Please tell me we saved Sayo. Oh, look at her. Having roughly wiped away some of the blood, he removes his outerwear that has blood on it. He folds the parka he removed in order to hide the blood and lays it on the ground like a pillow. His golden ring looks pretty with his black tank top. Okay, calm down, Mayu. No, it's not black. It's red. There's nothing we can do but wait for now. Her wounds are pretty severe, but even with my own limited emergency treatment, it seems we made it in time, so I'm glad. Will she be okay? She took a really intense blow to the head, so she'll probably be in pain for a while. Her breathing has stabilized though, so she should be fine. Thank you so much, Kenji-san. Upon hearing his words, a sigh of relief slips from my lips. It's no big deal. More importantly, Mayu-chan, you're calling me by my name now. Well, that's... Oh gosh, this is a choice we've never had before, so... It's not like we can choose one or the other because we haven't chosen any of it previously before. Huh? Well, that's... I think we're just gonna go because... That's because I thought it best. What? I thought it best. I think it's supposed to be I thought it was best. Yeah, that's because I thought it was best. When he went crazy, I called him by name while he was out of it. I thought that Kenji-san would get through to him more than Hiyoshi-san would. It was a subconscious change, but the desire I have to call him by name has not changed. I respect you, Kenji-san. Not only did he save me, he saved the girl too. Rather than the version of him that changed so quickly, this trustworthy side of him leaves a much stronger impression. Since I rarely talk to adult males, or males at all, I'm not very good at it, but he seems to be strong and kind. Oh, take me, Kenji-san. Save me, hold me in your strong, muscular arms. I don't know. Mayu-chan, is that a confession? What? What? Without recognizing Kenji-san's surprise attack, I turned my face away. So, how about it? Come on, come on. I wasn't thinking about anything like that. That's so like you, isn't it, Mayu-chan? Just as I'm thinking, I want to hurry up and get off this topic already. It's Kenji-san who changes the subject. So, Mayu-chan, this may not be the best time, but who is this girl? Kenji-san asks as he turns his face in the direction of the girl. It's Sayo. The girl's eyes are closed, but her soft breathing continues. Her long hair is tied back, and her clothes are more punk than they are high fashion. She looks like she would prefer a live music club over an aquarium. Oh yeah, we know all about that. Her round eyes and soft outline somehow reminds me of Mari's appearance. See, I told you. I mean, we know for sure that she's not Mari, I guess, but it was not strange of me to think in my first playthrough that she might have been Mari, right? Because at that point we never learned that Mari died, and if you just look at her hair color is sort of the same, although a bit darker. Her eye colors are exactly the same as Mayu, so for sisters they usually tend to have the same eye colors, right? Or yeah, so I think it wasn't wrong of me to think that, but yeah, we'll see. Actually, I don't know either. I met her after I came to this twisted version of Manten Aquarium. I paused for a moment to remember exactly how I met her, then continue speaking. Despite the fact that it hasn't been more than half a day since our meeting, this girl and I have struggled for our lives together. She spoke pretty harshly to me when I saw Himeno, whose body was under attack from parasites. After that, I saved her, and she saved me. Together we researched the secret of this Manten Aquarium, including the fact that the director here was the victim of a murder. So then, you two know about the incident. Ignoring Kenji-san's suggestive tone, I continued talking about the girl. She wasn't planning to be with me to the end. She steeled herself, saying, "If I can learn the truth, then it's okay if I die," and resolved herself to end it on her own. Damn, my voice is giving away. Just as I thought that we had reached an understanding, I was wrong. Surely she felt she couldn't rely on me. If she hadn't called out to me, I wouldn't have risen up to save my best friend. Then this girl wanted to be by herself from the start. I hesitate for a moment, then nod. Mayu-chan, before you met up with me, you really experienced so much more than I could ever imagined. You've come so very close to the truth. Your eyes have taken on such a strong color. So, you did know something after all, Kenji-san. I didn't want to scare you all by saying more than necessary. However, the music changed. For some reason that freaks me out, just the fact that in the middle of the conversation it turns sort of towards this creepy sounding music. However, it seems I don't have to sugarcoat things anymore. Please tell me about earlier. Your friend, Mayu-chan. What condition is Himeno-chan in right now? Himeno's entire body is currently being invaded by parasites. According to what Sagi no Mariko-san said, that breed doesn't normally feed off of their host, but they seem to be attacking Himeno. But this girl said that if I can get Himeno and I out of Manten Aquarium, I might be able to save her, because the threat of the parasites only persists while we're inside of Manten Aquarium. Yeah, I get it. This girl's pretty sharp. That story's half right, half wrong. Half? What do you mean by that? If you escape this Manten Aquarium, the threat of the parasites will disappear, but the cure itself, or the curse, will remain. Little by little, the life energy will be drained from her body, and she will weaken until she succumbs and dies. Bam! Holy crap. Kenji is actually speaking the thing that or explaining sort of the thing that we've discovered every single time, because in every sort of bad ending, or just with every single other person, like for example in the prologue, it happened with Miku, where she was exposed to this Manten Aquarium, so she was cursed by it, or exposed to the curse or whatever, and when she left it, or maybe it's just when you are exposed to it, the parasites just, I don't know, they enter your body but you don't really notice it, and then when you leave Manten Aquarium, the curse of those parasites just slowly start to take your life energy and they kill you basically. So yeah, that has happened several times. There's several endings where you actually end up leaving Manten Aquarium, that particular thing happens. Life energy slowly gets drained and we just start dying. And yeah, that's basically what I was thinking what would happen if we don't do anything about this Manten Aquarium, aka destroy it or solve it or whatever. Curse? Dies? So, I can't save Himeno? I couldn't stop my voice from getting louder. Kenji-san doesn't make an angry face, but he does answer in a stern tone. Calm down and let me finish. This is important. Got it? I understand. I hold back my overexcitement as I wait for Kenji-san to continue speaking. Lay it on me, Kenji. This aquarium is a different dimension, created from the grudge of the murdered director and the numerous fish culled and killed here. Mayu-chan, you probably remember hearing of it as a parallel world, but it's another world created from negative emotions. It's a world created within the framework of Manten Aquarium. Grudges and energy from souls, those are the occult terms, right? There is definitely some power at work we cannot see. Even now, science cannot prove exactly how our emotions are created, but the power from that is surely involved in the creation of this Manten Aquarium. I've decided to call it the Red Manten Aquarium. You and I, Himeno and that girl there, all of us who have come here, are cursed. More accurately, we were lured here by wandering ghosts. When the Red Manten Aquarium was created, it wasn't by just the murdered fish, but the souls of everyone who died here. People who died here? In other words, I could have become one of them. I have been in danger of it so many times. Even now, the possibility is still very real. If I hadn't made it to this point, I might not have believed Hiyoshi-san's story. To borrow his words, having reunited in the Red Manten Aquarium, I could have seen it as a joke at first and lost my life without realizing how serious things really were. Something is luring us here. It may only be one piece of a bigger grudge, but for now, let's refer to them as vengeful spirits. In order to maintain their existence, they need energy. Here within the Red Manten Aquarium, they are constantly trying to supplement that energy. But what if we escape? They'll lose their energy supply. If that were to happen, then the life force of a living human, in other words, the soul, would become their energy. What remains in our bodies would last only about a month. For example, even if we were able to escape, it wouldn't just be Himeno, but all of us who would die within a month. And it's not just that. Is it? Whatever it is, might contradict everything you've said, Kenji-chan. Or san, not chan. Could you mean that before our life energy is gone, we have to come back to the Red Manten Aquarium so that the things possessing us can take some more energy? Mayu-chan, you're clever. Wow, that's... I guess that would work, yeah? That's because... So basically after you've already been cursed by the Red Manten Aquarium, when you leave it, you basically have about a window of 1 month to come back here to sort of reset that window every single time. So once is that why Kenji-san has a like a year pass or something to this? Because he knows, god damn it, I've been cursed, but I do want to live on the outside world too. So you know what? I'm gonna buy a year pass so that I can come in with discount every single time once a month so I don't die, but I still live a normal life. Oh, that would actually be kind of funny. Sad, but funny as well. Kenji-san says this with admiration, but he doesn't sound the least bit happy. Anyway, you're right, Mayu-chan. Mayu-chan. You know, when it is we need to return, right? Oh, on the full moon. The day of the full moon. So the rumor Himeno heard wasn't necessarily mistaken. On top of that, the cycle of the moon lasts about 28 days. So by coming to the Red Manten Aquarium on the day of a full moon, we won't be killed by the curse. Oh gosh, it's turning red. When there's a full or new moon, the Earth, Moon, and Sun are in conjunction in a straight line. At that time, the moon's pull is at its strongest. You've heard that this is when the ebb and flow of the tides is greatest, right? Yes. Moreover, there are legends that say the moon gives an illuminating energy to things which normally go unseen. Whether this is to be believed or not, or the more scientifically sound idea of the moon's effect on magnetic pull, the point does stand that the path to the Red Manten Aquarium is inaccessible on the day of a new moon. What Hiyoshi-san is saying has plenty of guesswork to it, but it's enough to satisfy me. However, it's because of this satisfied feeling that more questions begin to rise. If we can reach the Red Manten Aquarium on the day of a full moon, wouldn't more people have reached it as well? Yet, that isn't the case, right? The difference is probably related to fate. People who are tied to Manten Aquarium, or to the victims of the Red Manten Aquarium, are lured in as if they are guided by the moon's strengthening pull. I'm connected by Mari. The girl's connected to the director, her father. Himeno's connection is surely to someone pulled into Red Manten Aquarium. Me. If I think back on it, everyone has their own ties to Manten Aquarium. Hiyoshi-san also mentioned an old acquaintance he hadn't seen in some time. Hiyoshi-san and who? I almost ask, but stop the words before they come out. Back when he went crazy, he said a girl's name. Maybe it's better for me not to know, and I get the feeling that I don't want to know either. Kenji-san, how do you know all of this? My experience and my deductions. Also filling in gaps with the fragments of information you girls have given me, Mayu-chan. Kenji-san heaves a small sigh, then continues. Well, your guesses so far have been on point, though I'm not just trying to maintain my life energy, but find a way to break the curse. That's why I've come back to the Red Manten Aquarium over and over again. I was actually right. This time, I had no luck either, but in order to have a next time, we'll need to get Himeno-chan and escape quickly from the Red Manten Aquarium. And one more thing that you should know, Mayu-chan. You should know the truth of the murder that took place in Manten Aquarium. The criminal who killed the director was Saginuma Riko. Dun dun dun. Except we already knew that. Huh? That girl. She's probably the director's daughter. Her primary motive was probably to learn the truth. It was most likely because she found the truth that Sagino Mariko tried to kill her. Putting it like that, perhaps there could be no greater motive for her almost being killed. Erasing her from this world, the ultimate method of shutting her up. On top of that, killing her inside of the Red Manten Aquarium would mean no one would see it, and with no evidence would be left. If she really is trying to kill that girl, that's completely unforgivable. My anger is greater than my shock. A human killing even one person is a sin that cannot be atoned for. Piling on other sins to conceal that first sin, repeating such a cycle ensures such a person has no future. I turn to Kenji-san and speak with a firm tone. Compared to the cool way he told me all of these facts, I probably come off as angry. I'm so sorry. I yelled even though you didn't do anything wrong, Kenji-san. After I say this, I realized that he probably purposely withheld any expression of emotion while he was telling me the facts. That's the difference between an adult and a child. Remembering the way Kenji-san looked when he shoved Riko-san, I empathize with how enraged he must have been feeling. It's fine. From this point on, we'll have to be calm and make our decisions based on facts, so it's better to vent your anger now. Kenji-san says this with a stern expression. I understand right away that what he is saying is important, so I wait for him to continue. We should leave this girl here. That was not what I expected him to say. Huh? But that's... Even if you seem to have done what you could for her, her injuries still haven't healed. If we leave her, what will happen to her? Well, we went to all the trouble to rescue her. If that's how you feel, then why? Try to look at this from the other way around. At the very least, she received first aid. I don't get it at all. If we saved her, then we should at least... There are two reasons. After hearing what you told me, would Himeno-chan really be able to walk on her own? With your physique, it will be impossible for you to take Himeno along and escape. You would definitely run into danger. The only one who would be able to run or jump with Himeno on their back is me. What if I had this what if I had this girl ride piggyback on me? It's the same thing. Surely, for example, if we were chased by something, you wouldn't be able to run, Mayu-chan. He says all of this so curtly, I can't really argue with him. There's one more reason. Do you think this girl really wants to run away from the aquarium? That's... Mayu-chan, how much do you know about her? She's okay with dying if it means she can ascertain the truth. That kind of resolve isn't forged in a day. Surely this girl has been searching for a long time for the identity of her father's killer. She's finally found it, but she might have been knocked down once, but I'm sure she wants to face the killer once more. I don't know whether she wants some sort of remorse or some sort of public punishment, but having finally reached the truth, I doubt she wants to run away. If she really had decided to go it alone, she probably wouldn't even have accepted the first aid we did provide. In this girl's eyes, we've probably done more than enough. Kenji-san's tone of voice is steadily becoming more forceful, so we finally reached the heart of the matter. It's time for you to make your decision. I won't force you. Do you want to continue? Yes. Then let's go together. We'll leave this girl here, go back to where Himeno-chan is, and the three of us, myself, you, and Himeno-chan, will escape together. 1 month from now, the three of us will have to return here, but I figured out how to get back in. I think it's a pretty reliable method. If the day of the full moon passes, in other words, when this day ends, the door to the real world won't open again until the next full moon. We don't know how much longer Himeno-chan can last, so I think we should get out of here as quickly as possible. So basically, there's There's no time to think it over. Kenji-san nods silently. After a brief pause, he continues. Don't think of it as abandoning her, but decide based on what is most important to you. In other words, 2 choices have been presented to me. Oh no, just as Kenji-san says, I should decide based on what is precious to me. I'll go with Kenji, I'll stay here with her. Well, considering this isn't the red choice, I think this is where a lot of, or perhaps an ending sort of deviates as well. So I'm gonna end the video here, and in the next one, we're gonna have to make the tough decision whether we're actually gonna stay with Sayo or we're gonna go with Kenji-san. So yeah, this is the part that I've been waiting for, you know, and probably a lot of you as well. Like, sure, the bad endings are a part of the story and are sort of entertaining to watch as well, but I really wanted just a different side of the story, or just a different, something different from the very first playthrough rather than everything being the same. So yeah, it I guess it really shapes at sort of the last part of the game. So yeah, luckily Kenji-san is here with us though, so we're no longer alone. But yeah, we're gonna end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.